Hello everyone, and welcome to some more horrific news. Okay, like a spectre from the past, David Gordon Green has popped up, crawled out from under his rock, so let's hear what he has to say. David Gordon Green hints at what his second Exorcist film would have been. After a Halloween reboot trilogy that delivered diminishing returns and the total misfire that was The Exorcist Believer, horror fans uttered a collective sigh of relief when director David Gordon Green announced he wouldn't be making any further films in that proposed reboot trilogy. But inevitably, there's still some curiosity wafting around what Green's second film would have been The Exorcist Deceiver would have explored, and he shared some details about that. No mate, none of us are curious. Really, no one cares. You're an absolute plank. Yeah, this is just... typical reporters fishing or trying to stir something or create headlines. Nobody cares, mate. We're just glad you're gone. Toddle off and make your whatever films, but just bye-bye. Anyway, let's crack on. Speaking to IndieWire about his latest film, Nutcrackers, which is not a horror tale, Green, who said he's not afraid of strong feelings, in the context of people among his horror franchise entries, shared a small tidbit about Deceiver's plot. It was going to follow Anne Dowd's character, he said. Hang on one second. In the context of people not enjoying certain among his horror franchise entry. Who the fuck wrote this? Jesus Christ. I tell you what, this hurts my brain. Every time I do this, I feel like I drop a IQ point. Holy shit. Ah well, I suppose we'll struggle. Right, so already, before we carry on, we'll see the caliber of reporter and reportee. This is going to be bollocks. Ah well. Suppose we'll have a laugh anyway. In Believer, Dowd plays a nurse who becomes involved in the movie's dual possession case, both in a professional capacity and because she's neighbours with Leslie Odom's daughter, whose daughter accidentally awakens a demon. Dowd's character, also named Anne, has a conflicted past involving her time as a former nun in training, and proves an important ally in the fight to save the girls' souls. Green further elaborated on his scrapped follow-up films, saying of the next two entries, we had our next one written and had it mapped out for a third one. It was ambitious, complicated, we were going to Europe for some pretty extraordinary backdrops. So it sounds like Deceiver would not have followed up on Believer's reunion between the gratuitously blinded Chris MacNeil and her estranged daughter Regan, whose own possession propelled William Friedkin's 1973 horror classic. Centering Dowd would have been a promising move. She's a formidable presence whenever she's cast, with standout turns in Hereditary, Compliance, The Leftovers, and The Handmaid's Tale, to name a few films and TV credits, and it felt like we didn't get to know Anne nearly well enough in Believer. But in the end, Green isn't making that film at all. Universal and Blumhouse, under pressure to make good on that estimated $400 million required to snag the rights to The Exorcist, have turned to Mike Flanagan to revitalise Pizzazzi and company instead. 400 million, Jesus Christ. If you aren't familiar, there are 4 Exorcist movies. I've covered them. 1 and 3, cool. The rest are absolute dog shit. Why would you spend 400 million on the rights to an already dead franchise? They run it into the ground. Silly bastards. Okay, right, let's go on. Flanagan, whose next release is Stephen King's adaptation of The Life of Chuck, has already said his film won't be a sequel to Believer, instead teasing it as the chance to try something fresh, bold and terrifying within the Exorcist universe. Beyond that, we don't know much, but there's plenty of time for speculation. It's not slated to arrive until 2026. And there we go. Wasn't that fun? Let it go, David. Let it go, silly bastard reporters. Stop asking stupid questions. We don't care. Anyone now who cares is really just doing it for shit-stirring points and clout and just trying to wind things up and create the inverted commas debate, which isn't really there. I didn't even bother. After what he did with the Halloween trilogy, I had no interest in him. He's an absolute arse. So maybe he's better making his artsy fartsy touchy feely whatever type movies. Just stay away from horror because you're crap at it, mate. There's a lot of these people just coming into the horror genre. It's sort of Hollywood rejects looking for a home, isn't there? It's getting annoying now. It's like, fuck off back to normie land. Go back there, do whatever you're doing, but just leave us alone. But anyway, let me know what you think. And until next time, keep up to date with the channel, do the type of kinky things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.